Hello everyone, this is Candace from Return to Avalon, and I am here for this week's reading. This is for the week of November 28th through December 3rd, I believe. Yes, 28th through December 3rd. And this week I'm going to use the Oracle of the Dragonfae, once again, just one card, and then I will do the weekly reading with the Wisdom of Avalon. I will show you those cards in those decks in a few minutes, but first I want to show you guys, I am going to be using my cave calcite for helping with my intuition, and I also have a singing bowl here, and I'm going to play that for just a minute so that we can kind of clear the air. I've already played it in my space, kind of clearing my own energy and just doing a little meditation beforehand. So I'm going to do it so that we can kind of get in that space together, so that you are here, you know, kind of in this moment with me. I also use sacred oils before I do my readings. Well, I use sacred oils all the time, but I have a particular one that I use each week when I do my readings. It's pretty potent and not necessarily something that I would just, it's not something I would wear just on a normal day going out and about. Since I've already put it on, I'll be smelling it all day, but I'm not working today. I'm going to be at home. I'm going to be able to, like, I won't need to be so grounded all the time, because this will definitely unground a person a little bit. But doing this meditation beforehand, kind of, I will just make sure that I'm well grounded and that I'm ready to bring in the information that comes through. Before we go any further, I'm going to play the singing bowl. So just sit back and breathe deep and just kind of feel that energy and the negativity just kind of go away. Sorry, my words aren't coming so well today. That seems to happen sometimes. Maybe I'm not as grounded as I thought I was. So let's take a moment here and just get in that right space. Okay, hopefully we are now in a space together, and I'm just going to, well, let's start with the Dragonfae here. Last week we got the message of a lot of sadness and just emotions in general, and afterwards there was a lot of stuff that happened at Standing Rock, and for me that was super emotional. And then I saw a car accident happen that was really, really bad. I mean, I didn't see the accident happen, I came up on it right after it happened, and that was really hard for me, actually. I was able to move past it, you know, somewhat quickly. I mean, it's still in my mind, but it wasn't like it affected me directly. But it still was very, like, I really felt a lot of emotion as I went by that, and it just seems like each day there's been something. And then Thanksgiving, I wouldn't say it was really difficult for me, but it wasn't, like, I wasn't with my own family, I was with my husband's family. I suppose they're my family too, but it's not, you know, it's not quite the same thing. It wasn't super emotional or anything, but it wasn't the same as being with my own family. But So I hope that everybody had, you know, a decent week, that it wasn't too emotionally charged. I know I've been hearing a lot of people feel like they're kind of flat or stuck. So maybe we'll get some insight to that today. So we're going to start with the Oracle of the Dragonfae, and I'm just going to draw one card from this deck. If you've seen my previous readings, you know I draw one card, and this is the card for the whole week. Just the energy with the Dragonfae. So the Dragonfae are very much about, you know, caring for the earth and self-care, and I guess in a lot of ways that covers a lot of things, but this isn't necessarily going to be about, you know, your job or your love life or whatever. There are some cards in here that do come up as like romance type cards. Usually I don't interpret them as romance, but it kind of, I guess it depends. I mean, it's not like I've drawn every card from this deck. I don't think. I don't know. So I'm just going to take a moment to meditate on them, have them, invite them in here. So right now I'm just breathing into my heart chakra and just kind of opening that up for the communication to be more clear for me. Alright. Wow, that was pretty fast. Oh my goodness, you guys. Andel is still with us. So if you didn't watch last week, it was Andel that popped up. And this week it was Andel again. So last week she brought in a lot of emotion for me. She really had me feel it. It was very difficult, kind of overwhelming, very overwhelming. I feel like this is kind of crooked. So Andel is all about, you know, emotional flow, acknowledging the emotions that come up for you, and dealing with those emotions, not like sweeping it under the rug. This can be a sign of a lot of emotional stuff coming up. Like last week, it kind of got into the theme of, you know, Thanksgiving and family and emotional things family-wise. Right now, I'm not really sure what aspect of emotion is going to be coming up. If it's the same stuff that we're dealing with, we're still dealing with family stuff. For me, a lot of it is the stuff with Standing Rock, because that's really something that's been affecting me very much. And it's not necessarily all about Standing Rock. So right now, the people at Standing Rock are making a stand. They are the ones that are really making a stand, but this is about protecting our water anywhere in the world, everywhere in the world, and not even only the water, but just the earth in general. We need to, this is our these people are showing us that we can do this, that we can stand up and we can make a difference. And maybe they haven't stopped this yet, but they are really coming together and making something happen, and that they're not going to be silenced. So give me just a second here. Let me see if Andel has anything specific for this week. We'll see. Maybe she's just going to bring the emotion again. Let's see what she has for me. So I'm kind of feeling like it's carrying over from last week. We just need to remember there are some people out there who are not acknowledging their emotions, or dealing with their emotions, or facing their emotions, or standing up for what they believe. Sometimes that is emotional, and it's okay. It's okay to feel that emotion, but stand up for what you believe in. So I'm being guided to draw another card from this deck, but to do a shuffle again beforehand and take a few minutes here to do this, because there is another message here. And so Andel is carrying over from last week, but there are some others here, or a other that wants to tell us something. So let's see what that is. Or who that is, I should say. Okay, so this is actually kind of perfect because we get Grandmother Magic's I Comfort You. So this really goes perfect with Endel's card, because Grandmother Magic's is here as that grandmother figure, that comfort, that safety, that, you know, it's just like, I know not everybody has a grandmother that may fit that grandmotherly image, but I think everybody understands what that grandmotherly image is. That grandma who, like I picture, of course, this is my grandma. One of my grandmas, anyways, who cooks all the time, is always like, what can I get for you? What can I make for you? What can I do for you? Like, always trying to be there for everybody and give them everything that they want, and be kind of like a safety net. Like, they're never gonna judge, and they're just there just to kind of hold us in this place of safety and comfort. So that's what I get from Grandmother Magic's, is that she's there to comfort us through these emotional times, through the difficulties that come up, that she's standing there with us and holding us safe. So she has a message for us in the book, and so I'm feeling like this week I need to read that message just directly to us from Grandmother Magic's and see what she has to say in that, because it's been a little while since I read this one. Grandmother Magic speaks. At this time of life change, you are drawing to your other beings and people, including divinities, who bring you solace, comfort, and their unconditional love. You are surrounded by this comfort even in the beings of this earth known as pets, but who are truly your guardians and beloved companions. These pets are those who comfort you with their love and warmth and their desire for your well-being, your company, and your happiness, come what may. You may draw to you new friends at this time, or just be gifted with the kindness of strangers. There are many wonderful beings in this world, some of whom are being sent directly to you to bring you comfort, to hold you, and to rock you safely to sleep each night. You are a being who is valuable and who is loved beyond measure. Allow us to come close to you and let us in. Be prepared for kindnesses, small gifts, and valuable windfalls when I make an appearance. Also, know that the old way of viewing this stage of life has fallen away. There is no need to take the lie up again. Let it be and come forth into this new stage as beautiful as we know you are. I also wish you to know that the time for change is coming. You are passing from childhood of a kind to a true, deep maturity. This is a fine thing, and we will celebrate this together, you and I, together with the friends who want so very much to meet you. So, Grandmother Magic's is older than any being truly knows. She is the mother of mothers, and her lineage is as ancient and vast as time and space themselves. Yet this grandmother of us all knows that we sometimes need to be held and to be rocked, as well as instructed and taught well. At this time, Grandmother Magic's comes to tell you that yes, your new way of living may seem too difficult at times, but now that you have awakened, there is no going to sleep. There is so much that she wishes to show you. Please go to her and trust and love and allow her to introduce the inhabitants of amazing realms to you safely and in great love. So right now, just know, that you have these people that are there for you. You have, besides, your real life friends and family, you have your spirit guides and guardians. You have the fairies and dragons. There are all these beings that are here, and if you are standing up to do what you were supposed to do, they are there for you. As long as you aren't, I guess I should say, as long as you stand in integrity, they are there, and you can call upon them to help you and guide you. So I think that message is pretty clear, that you have this comfort around you, and that you can depend on others and lean on others, and know that you aren't alone, that you have people to comfort you, whether they're physical or not physical. So now I'm going to use the Wisdom of Avalon deck. Today I'm feeling, I guess I could say a little bit off. And I think it's maybe because I haven't been feeling really great for a few days. I've had a really bad headache. And so we'll see how this goes. I feel like, I don't know what I feel like. I just feel different. So I'm just going to draw and see what comes up. And maybe I'm not feeling trusting. Like I'm not trusting my intuition in what comes up. So, see, I'm not perfect. We all have those times of not feeling like we know what we're doing or know, whatever's coming up. Sometimes there's just like this block, and it seems like this week it was really that way for a lot of people. There's just kind of this block up, and people didn't really know what to do or how to deal with it. Their intuition was just kind of blocked. And I didn't necessarily feel that way myself, but I'm kind of feeling like I'm not totally feeling trustworthy of my intuition, and I need to just get past that here. So I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to trust that whatever comes up is right. Okay, so this is for the whole week, so I'm going to draw 3 cards. These are going to symbolize beginning, middle, and end of the week, starting on Monday. Or I guess it could be considered starting on Sunday, because I will get this up by Sunday evening. But I generally just say Monday through Saturday. Okay, so I'm going to call in all beings of love and light that are for our highest and best good, especially those beings of Avalon. You can come through now and guide this reading and give us direction, clear insight, clear message. Well, right away I saw Raven, so I think I can trust my intuition here. All is fine. Okay, this is hilarious. Okay, so I got trust in reverse. So this is upside down. And not trusting. Okay, so I am not the only one out there, because this is not for me. This is for everybody. This is for everybody who sees this video. And I guess this is kind of like telling us, okay, I was just saying that I didn't feel like I was trusting myself, and then I draw trust, not trusting, trust in reverse. Sorry, that's just crazy. So we all, not just me, but you too, need to trust. We need to trust that we know what we're doing. We have to trust our intuition and the things that come to us. We have to just, as Doreen Virtue says, just blah. Just spit out the first thing that comes up. That is it. Trust. Okay, I think we got the message. We need to trust. So as the beginning of the week, we need to work on trusting. For me, intuition. For you, you know what? Give me a second. I'm gonna see here if it's intuition for everybody or trust in general. Okay, so trusting people is coming up as well. Like, we need to be more trusting of each other. And like right now, a lot of people, well, the stuff that's going on in the world, in the United States especially, we have a lot of fear. So when we have a lot of fear, we create a lot more fear. So we need to be more trusting of people and not, spend so much time being fearful of people. We need to trust the kindness of others. We need to trust the things that come to us in our intuition. There's something else I'm not quite understanding. Trust the process. Oh, okay. So we need to trust that the process, okay, so a lot of people out there are having a hard time trusting that everything is going to be okay, that we aren't trusting that that things will work out, that we think that things are going to be really bad, and we just need to trust that it will be okay, and that this is the road we're supposed to take right now. So this may be in regards to the economy, our jobs, our businesses, and especially politically. The stuff is coming up politically for people. People are freaking out. Well, you need to trust the process. So I'm not really going to go into that, but I do kind of suggest you go watch some of Teal Swan's recent videos about the election. Very eye-opening. Okay. Sorry, I have a itchy nose. Focus and reverse. So, I don't always do cards in reverse. I feel like doing tarot in reverse, it works great, but doing oracle cards in reverse is not always right. So today I just felt like, I was supposed to leave them that way, that this is kind of going to symbolize things a little bit more strongly, that in this case that we aren't focusing, but it could mean the same thing when it's the right way out. So it just kind of puts the not in front of it, So we're not focusing, we're not able. This is like that whole thing with people feeling like they're blocked last week. They're feeling like they didn't know what to do. Okay, so what I'm getting is that we're jumping all over the place. So we have a million goals, we have a million things we want to do, we have a million places we want to go, we have too many things that we want to do, or that we're trying to do. So we're not able to focus completely on one thing. We're not grasping that one thing completely and really getting into it and taking it to the next level. We're not taking that one thing to the next level. So, okay. I'm going to give an example. this is kind of coming through for me, like I'm being told, you know, for me personally, this is my thing. So I work a regular job. It's not full-time, but I do work a job. I have a family. These are things I can't not do right now. Right now, I mean, obviously, I don't want my family to go anywhere, but I do actually love my job. I work at a bookstore. And these are things that I can't not do. So those are things I have to keep on my list of things that I'm doing. But I can keep those, you know, kind of stuck in those compartments. So when I'm at work, I deal with work, and I don't deal with work when I'm not at work. And when I'm at home, I deal with my family. When I'm at work, I don't deal with my family. Sometimes that's not always true. Sometimes I have to deal with my family when I'm at work if somebody's sick or something. But another thing is like I run Return to Avalon, which is my goal of being my eventual full-time business, my sole income, the one thing that I want to spend my time on mainly. I don't necessarily see that as being right now. I think right now my purpose is to kind of be in the world a little bit more physically, and not so much, you know, just at home, doing everything at home. So the other thing that I'm doing is I'm writing a book. I'm kind of running a business with my sister-in-law, which we have not been able to focus our time on it yet, but that is another thing that we want to do. So I have my focus on all these different things. I also am a book blogger, which I've kind of put on the back burner already. I've already kind of put out the notice that I'm not doing that anymore, but I do need to read a lot of books for my job at the bookstore. So I guess I can't necessarily not do that when I'm at home, because I have to read when I'm at home, because I can't read when I'm at work. And I really do need to read those books so that I can get people to buy them when they shop at the store. So, okay. But there are things that I can put on the back burner. So the book blog, not priority right now. I don't need to deal with that. My book right now for me is a priority, but I can focus on that by scheduling the certain amount of time to do that, to work on that. So this is getting kind of long, and I feel like I'm just kind of rambling, but you need to figure out what that is for you in your life. What is it that you need to focus on, that you need to spend more time on, that you haven't been, that you feel you were called to do, but you are not putting in the time. So I think that kind of covers that. Focus, spend some time focusing on the thing that you really need to focus on right now. And okay. So, we have an animal guide for this week. It is the owl, which is one of my animal guides. And the owl is deception and wisdom. So, let's see. Owl, what do you have for us right now? Trust your intuition and wisdom that comes through it. Remember that your higher self and your guides and the angels, they all know so much more than you do. You need to trust the wisdom that comes through to you. So remember to ask them for guidance and help. And the owl, ask the owl. For the wisdom and guidance you need right now or whenever. So this came through as kind of being towards the end of the week, but I'm really feeling like, you know, this is something, all these cards kind of really work together, and don't necessarily have to be stuck in a certain part of the week. Like, this is all just going together. So you need to remember to trust your intuition. You need to remember to focus on the thing that you most want and need to spend more time on. And you need to call on the owl and all spirit guides that can help you at this time, as well as any angels and other beings. You know, it's different for everybody. So the owl's wisdom. Just a minute here. I feel like there's like something right there, and I'm not quite getting it. So the owl's kind of just going back to trust. Like these two cards are really just kind of working together as trusting in that wisdom, or trusting in your own intuition. Sorry. That you have all the wisdom within you, and that you need to trust that. Interesting. So the card also says deception, but this time I'm getting nothing for deception. I'm feeling like, that's not necessarily relevant at this time. But it is there. And if that feels like it's part of the reading for you, then you can interpret that, how it fits for you. So my right hand is numb. I'm not really, not numb, but, like the tingles. I'm getting something, so there's somebody out there who is feeling, they're feeling something with their hands. So, okay, for me, I have been a healer in past lives, hands-on healer with my hands, and I feel the energy in my hands. So there's somebody out there who is feeling the energy in their hands, and they don't know what to do with that. Like, they don't understand what that is. So I'm just going to be really quick here because we're over half an hour already, and I really want to get this under half an hour. But I'm really feeling like I have to say that there's somebody out there that needs to know this, that is watching this video at some point in time. And so you're feeling these tingles in your hand. You feel like your hands are supposed to do something. Okay, so I don't know at what point in your journey you are. I don't know if you know anything about this stuff, but maybe you could be being called to do Reiki. Look up Reiki. That is the most well-known of the energy healing. There are lots of different kinds of energy healing. There are also different kinds of energy healings that are always being introduced, different modalities introduced by people who did these things maybe in a past life, or it came to them in this life, and they just had their own way of doing it. And that's how it is for me. Like, I feel like I can do this stuff, but I don't do Reiki. I'm not attuned to Reiki, but I still can do healing with my hands. I still have like my own method. It's different from anybody else's. And so you feel that energy in your hands, and you feel like it needs to go somewhere and do something. So instead of spending forever focusing on this, if you are not finding resources and you don't know, email me at returntoavalonhealing@gmail.com. Unless this is like 20 years in the future, then I don't know, maybe my email won't work anymore. But right now, you can email me there, and I am happy to talk to you about this. It's very interesting that this came up right now, and that I need to get that out there. So for the rest of you, remember, this week may be emotional. Remember that you have an emotional support system. You can call on Grandmother Magics. You can call on your own spirit guides, angels, all those beings. Remember to trust your intuition. Remember to focus on your projects. And once again, remember to call on, your spirit animal, on the owl. And just a reminder, again, to trust your intuition and your own inner wisdom, because you have it all within you. So have a wonderful week, and I will be back next Sunday, hopefully, unless something happens. You never know, with the next reading. Also, remember to follow me on Instagram, Return to Avalon, Twitter, Return to Avalon 1, and Facebook, Return to Avalon, because I do daily card pulls that generally complement the weekly reading. So I may do like a crystal card one day. I may do healing, like a self-healing card, stuff like that. So follow me on those accounts as well, and you will get even more readings. I also do personal readings on my website, returntoavalon.com. Click, it's still going, needing to be, my website needs some work, so click on blog. You need to click blog twice because for some reason it doesn't work if you only click it once. Once it comes up on the right sidebar, there is fairy coaching, and that is probably what you want, unless you are from a religious background and you are looking for some guidance and help on, let me pull it up here, on how to get out of, like, let's say a cult, or just a family that may not totally understand what you are feeling and going through, and that you are wanting something more, something different. You need out of this feeling of being stuck. I can't even get my blog. There we go. And that is called Spirit Reclaiming Coaching, and that is also on my right sidebar. Okay, longest video ever. I'm really sorry about that. Next week I will try to be a bit speedier. Speedier? Yeah, that doesn't sound right. Faster. I'll be faster. So I'll see you guys next week. Have a great week.